Good morning, Sarah and Leah.
Good morning.
How are you? Hi.
Good, thanks.
That's good. I just thought I'd make sure everyone's microphones are working before we get started, just because I like to, today what we'll be doing is also having a look in the back end of your platform, just to make sure, see if your pixels are set up, and if they are in there, if they're set up properly. And also like it to be quite interactive. So we'll I'll ask people to ask questions and engage throughout the session. So Lee, was that Sarah or Leah? Sorry.
Leah.
Leah's working. Sarah, you're all good?
I've just unmuted. Yeah, that's okay now.
Yeah, excellent. No worries. Well, while we're just waiting for anyone else to join, we might as well have a bit of a chat. Today's session is about Facebook pixels and conversion API. Can I just ask for a brief introduction to you guys, where you're from, what your business is, if you've got this set up yet? I'll start with you, Sarah.
Good morning. And actually, should I put my camera on? Or
yeah, why not?
If I can, it doesn't seem to have that option today, funnily enough.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's because that's strange, hasn't it?
Yeah, but that's all right. I'm not worried. I haven't got glamorously made up or anything for the event.
That's right. I just realised I didn't have my earrings in or my lipstick on. So
so I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
So essentially, just a very quick introduction. Pardon me, I became a member of NICE for the certificate in small business and entrepreneurship at the end of last year, with a view to teaching podcast training and other sort of online activities for business owners, and yet to be determined depending on what comes out of everything. And yeah, I've dibbled and dabbled backwards and forwards in social media and things. Well, I did a Cert 3 in social media, finished that at the end of the year before, I think it was. But I think, like anything, unless you're really kind of using it all the time and all that kind of stuff, then it's very easy to forget. And I don't use Facebook much at all, but I thought, well, this could be a good opportunity. I don't know what a Facebook pixel is, or conversion to API, and I thought, well, I will launch into it and find out.
That's great. Well, I mean, I sort of, what I'm doing today is really going, I guess, from the very basics of a Facebook pixel and conversion API, because it is a little bit confusing. And, with what you're saying with it's hard to keep up with social media. Facebook's changing every day. And in fact, recently, I find every time I go into my Facebook pixel, there's an error because there's a new thing that they've changed that we need to update. So, yeah. We'll start from the very basics today, which is good. Sounds like it's a good place to start.
Yeah,
thank you. And hi, Leah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
All right.
Yeah, so I guess I started out as a copywriter and then added in website design. And now I've rebranded. So my business is Meridian Digital, and I'm just heading into doing some social media management as well. So I guess I have looked at the Facebook pixel. I honestly can't remember if it's set up online or not, but yeah, it's something that I found confusing and just want to get some clarity on, particularly because I'm setting it up for clients now as well. So I kind of need to know how to do it.
And so do you mind if I ask, what sort of websites do you work with usually? Have you got a preferred platform?
Yeah, so all the websites that I've designed and built is on WordPress using Beaver Builder.
Great. So WordPress is, obviously a partner platform with Facebook. So that makes it much easier for you with your conversion API and stuff like that.
May I just ask,
Sure.
Leanne, what was that? You said using Facebook, but what was the builder that you said you used?
Beaver Builder.
Beaver Builder. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's, I'm not a developer, so I don't have very many coding skills or anything like that. So it's pretty much like Elementor and Divi. But I yeah, I prefer it. It's got a lot more flexibility and yeah, it's what I learnt with, and it's kind of what I've stuck with.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I use Divi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't create websites though. Yeah. So, okay, great. Thank you so much. And then we've also got Kathleen in the group. Hi, Kathleen. How are you?
Hello, I'm well, thank you. I'll give advance warning. Our internet has been really hit and miss for the last 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So I'm hoping it makes it through all right. I'm in Brisbane.
Yeah.
So I need to call Telstra, but I expect it's obviously just the weather. So we'll just see how we go today. So sorry, I missed the very beginning. We're just doing intros.
Yeah, just an intro. Who are you? What's your business? And also, do you currently have a Facebook pixel, or have you set up your conversion API? Do you know if you have? Do you know what a pixel is? Yeah.
Okay. So intro, obviously I'm Kathleen. I am a buyer's agent. So I started my business 6-9 months ago. And I am not good with social media, I'll say from the get-go. So it's something I've really been trying to build my skills in, because it's obviously a really big, I'll call it marketing platform for my space. I have website, Facebook, Instagram. I have watched some of your trainings previously on Facebook Pixel, so I have a vague understanding as to what it is. I've tried setting it up unsuccessfully. So I know I have pixels, but not the Facebook pixel on my website.
Yeah. All right.
I have no idea what the conversion API is in comparison.
Sure. No worries. And I'm sorry, Kathleen, what sort of website do you have?
It's a WordPress website. I had it built for me, but I have tinkered on it myself as well.
Okay, cool. And Sarah, what about your website? Do you know what sort that is?
So I no longer have a website. I built one myself through WordPress, and then I took it down, and I'm just in the process at the moment of reworking another one out, how that's going to be. So yeah, that's my state of affairs.
All right, not a problem. Thank you so much, everyone, for the intro. So for anyone who's not aware of the mentorship program, we do have the 7 hours of support. So it's $44. You get 3 hours of one-on-one mentorship with an advisor of your choice. First hour is you choose an advisor. The second hour, you can have the same advisor, or you can choose somebody else who might have a more niche sort of area of specialty, such as this or Facebook ads or Shopify or eBay. And then your last session, your third session, is always back with the original advisor that you started with. And also 4 hours of workshops and webinars must be completed to complete the 7 hour program, but you are able to attend as many workshops as you like free of charge. So that's what we're doing today, is obviously one of those webinars or workshops that are listed in the library. Now, as we go through, I'm happy to look at the back end if we get time. So I think anyone who's willing to volunteer, it'd be really great if we could just look at the back end and see what's going on within your platform. And then that way I can at least give you some advice on where to go from there, just to make sure that everything is set up properly. Sarah, without your website at the moment, then you're not obviously going to be able to install the Pixel or conversion API, or set the conversion API up.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, yeah, it's all about, unless you have a landing page that you're working with, because you can actually set up a pixel in a landing page.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll have a look at that a little bit later anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, I think it's important to talk about the structure of Facebook, and because this sort of is important to have set up properly right at the beginning, in order to make sure that you've got the sort of grassroots in place. So you've got, I'm just having a look to see. So we do have a Facebook for Business. Are you set up right? Part 1, where you can attend that workshop and I'll show you how you should set it up. And then part 2 is where you can come back 2 weeks later after implementing any changes, and I can have a look to see what you've done and let you know if it's been done properly or if there's anything that's still outstanding. So I think that's a really good one to attend as well. And it sort of feeds into this. So you've got your personal Facebook account, and that should always be what you use to sign into Facebook, even into the business portal. So you use your personal profile. No shell profiles should be created. There's a lot of hacking happening, so people are losing accounts because security wise they're not using it the way it should be used. So you should always have your own personal account, and everyone who ever accesses your business should only be accessing it through their legitimate personal account, not through a shell profile. Then you've got groups. So obviously groups are attached to people or pages. You've got your Facebook business page, and your business page can have admins, which are people, personal profiles, or admins through the business manager account. And I'd always recommend having admins through your business manager. So Facebook business manager is very different to a business page, and it's different to a business suite. Business manager is like an overarching, sort of like a suitcase that holds all of your Facebook and Instagram assets in one place. Business manager holds things like your pages, your pixels, your people that work with you, your catalogs, your creative asset folders. It holds everything in one piece together securely. Then you've got business suite, and business suite's the creator section. So that's where people create content, posts, drafts, scheduling, responding to comments, inviting post likes to like your page. So it's more the creator kind of hub. So does everyone sort of understand how that all fits together? Yeah. Cool. Okay. And does everyone know if they've got a business manager account?
Yes, I do.
You do? Yeah.
I've got no idea.
No idea? We can have a look at that for you.
I believe I do.
Yeah. Well, we can all go and have a look at that. So today what I'll do is I'll use I've got like a business that's very new, so it won't sort of display any clients in there. So I'll use that to show you around, and then you guys can show me yours if you like, and we'll have a look to see that it is set up. So set up requirements for a pixel and conversion API. So you can add a pixel yourself if you've got access to your website code. Otherwise, it's really easy to set up if you've got a partner platform such as WordPress or WooCommerce or Wix. It's quite simple if you do have one of those platforms. If you have a custom site or a site that's not a partner platform, you might need to ask your developer to install that for you so that it's done properly. So what you do need is you need a Facebook Business Manager account, so the suitcase that holds all the assets together. You need to authenticate your domain with Facebook. You need your Facebook pixels. So you can have a pixel which is attached either to your Business Manager account or to an ad account. Then you need to install your actual pixel on your website. Then you can set up events. So you can track important events. So when you install a pixel and you set up events, that's reading browser data. And so remember, you may have seen recently there was all this communications around the iOS updates, this Apple iOS updates, and how it was going to impact your marketing reporting for Facebook ads and Instagram ads. Does everyone remember that? You may know, maybe not. So what happened was there was some updates made by Apple, which meant that it's going to be much harder to track engagements with your website. So what Facebook have done is they've now brought out the conversion API, and that, rather than trying to read browser data where people can turn off the ability to do that, you can now install or set up conversions API, and that will actually now read interactions, and the data comes from your server, not from the browser. So it's more accurate, and you can actually report more on more information from that. It's quite hard to explain, but what we'll do is we'll go in and we'll have a look at what I mean in the back end. And then what you do is you need to prioritize your events. So that means that you can only now, with the iOS updates now, when you install your conversion API, you need to select the 8 most important events to your business. So when we speak about an event, that's things like an inquiry form or a conversion, which a conversion could be a purchase, or it could be a lead. It could be something like abandoned cart, or enter payment details. So you need to have a think about what are the most important events on your website that people take, actions they take, and then prioritize those. So you might say, okay, my top priority, if you're an e-commerce business, will be a purchase. After that, it might be add payment details. After that, it might be abandoned cart. After that, it might be a lead or an inquiry form. So that's where we need to prioritize those, because when we start running ads through, or ad campaigns through Facebook, we want to select an objective, so something that we're optimizing for. So when we run an ad, we might say, with this ad, we want to make sure that we get as many purchases as possible. We can only do that if we've prioritized our events and set up the events and let Facebook know what events we want to be optimizing for. So have I got any questions with regards to that so far? Nope.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, we've got a new person, Meredith. Hi, Meredith, how are you?
Hello, good, thanks. Sorry I'm late.
That's okay. Do you want to just, Meredith, let us know where you're from and if you've got a Facebook pixel or conversion API set up?
Yes, I'm on the Gold Coast and I have both of those set up.
Yeah, what sort of business have you got?
The Best Pegs. I was there last week for the last webinar.
Yeah, no worries. So just for everyone else's sake here, I'll let you know. So it's Pegs e-commerce Meredith, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So very important to have all of this set up properly so that you can track visitors to your website and retarget them through ads. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so domain verification. So domain verification basically establishes which business manager account has authority to configure and prioritize 8 available conversion events for a given domain. So it's basically saying that, yes, this Facebook business manager has permission to work with this domain. So we will go in and have a look at that shortly. We might actually go through and have a look at that as we step through these slides. I think it might be better. So let's first look at our business manager account. We want to make sure that we're signed into our personal Facebook account first, because if we're signed into that personal account, we know that we're in the correct business manager account. It's a bit slow, isn't it? Okay, so yep, I'm in my personal Facebook account. It's the correct one. I can see because of the profile image at the top right. Now I want to go into my business manager account. So I'll go business.facebook.com/settings. If I manage multiple business manager accounts, they'll pop up. So now I need to find the relevant one that I need to work with and open that up. So that will take me straight into the back end. And this is my business manager account that holds all of my Facebook and Instagram assets for this business, Content Monarchy. So once I'm in here, I want to make sure that I've got my domain authenticated. Now, what I actually realized was next week I've got a domain authentication or verification workshop. I really should have done that first before the Pixel workshop, because this needs to be done before the Pixel is installed. So we click on the domains and we can see here which domains are verified to work with this business manager. So we've got the Content Monarchy, it is verified. So that needs to happen first. When you actually verify your domain, I always recommend choosing, there are 3 options, and one option is to update the DNS record with a TXT record. And that one there is what I would recommend doing, because if you decide that you want a new website, you don't have to then go through this process again. But if you do want to know more about this, just come to the workshop next Monday. So then you've got your pixels under data sources. So in your pixels, you'll see if you do have a pixel set up in your business manager account, it will be listed in here. I've got my pixel attached to my business manager for this, because if you have it attached to an ad account and for whatever reason that ad account is restricted or you have policy violations and so you can't use that anymore, then there goes that pixel. So at least with the business manager account, it will remain active. Yes, Leah?
Question. So I've recently rebranded my business. So my business name was Mind Your Words. It's now Meridian Digital. But in my business manager, it's showing as Mind Your Words. Is it easy enough to update that name, or do I need to create a new account?
Yeah, so when you're saying this, are you talking about your business manager account, your domain, or your pixel?
So in my business manager account, it's saying under business settings, it's Mind Your Words, but I need that to be Meridian Digital.
Oh, yeah. So you're talking about, so up here where mine says,
yeah,
right. Okay, sure. So to do that, go down to the bottom left, business info.
Yeah.
And then at the top right, you can edit the name of that.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much.
That's all right. And so pixels. So here we are. So there's 3 pixels in here. You can see that this one is installed and it's receiving data. So it's installed correctly, at least partly, because it's got a green dot and it's saying the last received 2 days ago. So this one here is quite a boring example because, like I said, it's a brand new business and it hasn't been active. So hopefully you'll have, especially e-commerce, Meredith, you'd probably have something very recent in here. So we can see in here in our pixel, we've got the people who can work with this pixel or the website. Partners, so if you've got any partner agencies that you work with who are also able to work on this pixel, you can add them in here. So that could be another business manager account. So then you've also got connected asset. So I've connected the Content Monarchies ad account to that pixel, the business manager pixel. So from here, I can actually take a look at this pixel in Events Manager. So this is where Facebook calls them all different things. So it's called a pixel, but we look after it in the Events Manager dashboard. The reason it's called Events Manager is not like an event like a party, but an event like we're tracking events such as purchases, such as abandoned carts, all those sorts of things. So with that, would we, I might just go back into our slide. Oops. Okay, so domain verification. So we want to make sure our domain's in there and it's verified. The next one is the Facebook pixel. So the pixel is a piece of code for your website. And once you install that code on your website, it lets you measure, optimize, and build audiences for your advertising campaigns. So remembering that once you set the Facebook pixel up, that's server. It's getting this information from the server. Once you do your conversions API and set that up, it will be taking that information from your browser. The quick pixels is the browser, conversion API is the server. So then you get more accurate information because it's reporting straight from your server. So with that, did anybody want me to have a look at their business manager account to see if they've got their pixel installed correctly?
You're welcome to look at mine.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
I know mine isn't installed correctly. I started setting it up and that's as far as I got.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
I haven't done my domain registration yet though. Do you need that?
Yeah, so you will need your domain verification. So
what do you need me to do?
Yeah, so what we might do is let's have a little think. Did you know who your host is for your website? Your domain?
Short answer is no. I probably should know that answer.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. So, is it like sometimes Crazy Domains or GoDaddy?
I had someone set it all up for me.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's all right.
It's for your domain purchase. It's through a provider.
Yeah, right. Okay, we may have a bit of trouble in that then because we'll need your access to that to be able to look at that or to install it.
Okay.
Yeah. What I might do is it might be best if I just work through this and then with the time that we've got left at the end, we can go and have a look, I think.
Yep, sure. And in the meantime, I'm just looking through old emails.
Yeah, no worries. So while you do that, I'll just keep going
Sorry.
with this info as well. Yeah. So iOS update. So because of changes
absolutely.
to third-party tracking in iOS 14.5, okay, some Facebook Pixel functionality will be disabled, okay, for updated Apple devices. So basically, we're not able to track as many people.
Wow, that's only a small percentage. I thought that would have been a lot higher,
Yeah.
14.7%.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So what this does mean is that it is important that we go through with the conversion API installation and setting that up properly, and making sure that we set our 8 standard events that are really important to our business. So purchase, abandoned cart, etc. So then we'll go on to talk about the conversion API. So this helps, basically this helps sort of with those changes, and it means that rather than relying on cookies and web and mobile browsers for data, so the browsers, we can now collect information directly from our server. So by combining the API and the Facebook Pixel, you'll have access to more reliable data, okay? But you do need both. You need the Pixel to have the conversion API. Okay, so these are reasons why it's really important to use this for your Facebook and Instagram advertising efforts. So, you know, a lot of people over time have been doing what they call ads on Facebook and Instagram. So when I say to somebody, they're like, oh yeah, Facebook or Instagram ads don't work for me. And I say, oh, okay, what sort of ads are you running? And they say, oh, well, I usually do, you know, $5 a day or $10 a week, and I boost it. And I say, okay, so boosting is very different. Boosting is what they call a vanity metric. It's great just for more people to see your content. And hopefully if your content's good, people will comment, like, or share. It's very basic stuff. So it's not really designed to drive, like, to get sales. It's more about brand awareness. Whereas once you start using Facebook and Instagram ads, like the campaigns through Ads Manager, and once you start doing decision campaigns or retargeting, that's when you start to see an actual return, what I would call a return on investment on your ad spend. So we're able to track and measure anyone who visits our website, find those people and match them to Facebook and Instagram users, and then remind them about the products that they've been checking out. You might even do a special offer, you know, just to help them, push them across the line with that sale. So it will increase your return on investment and on your ad spend. So Facebook Pixel data helps ensure your ads are seen by the people who are most likely to take your desired action, right? So you know that somebody's being, let's say I'm a bathroom hardware company. ABI Interiors is a really great example of that. I think it's the ABI Interiors. So let's say I'm renovating my bathroom. I've stumbled across on Pinterest a photo of their beautiful brass shower head, and I really want to use that in my bathroom renovation. So I click on that Pinterest post, takes me to the website where I can actually purchase that. I look at it, I save the pin, and then I go and finish making dinner for the family. Because I've gone to the website and they've got a Pixel and conversion API set up in there, they can see that I've looked at that product or that particular URL. And so what they're going to do is they're going to also have ads set up so that anyone who visits that particular product or URL or website will start receiving ads in their Facebook and Instagram timeline, or even on 9MSN News. And so it might be different ways that this shower head can be used in the bathroom, in that here's a coastal design or an industrial design bathroom with that shower head, and I see it start popping up in my newsfeed. So then next time I see it, it might be I might go back over to that shower head, and on Instagram, then I go and look at it on the website again, and I add it to my cart, but I don't purchase. So then anyone who's gone to look at that particular product and added it to the cart and abandoned the cart, they might offer hey, don't forget this, here's a $10 discount. So then I'm more likely to buy. So they're basically targeting me and sending me content that's going to try and push me through that funnel to the buying phase. So you can use Facebook conversion tracking. So the Facebook pixel allows you to see how people interact with your website after viewing your Facebook ad. So you can also use Facebook retargeting. So Facebook retargeting, pixel data, and dynamic ads allow you to show targeted ads to people who have already visited your site. You can choose to get really granular in that section there, and you can create custom and lookalike audiences. So basically what that means is that when you're creating an ad, rather than, you've got 3 types of ads. So we've got audiences who you can target. One is a saved audience where you say, I want to target people who are between the ages of 25 and 34, who have interests in home renovation, the block, etc., those sorts of things. So you're kind of guessing there. Then you've got a custom audience, and we're able to create a custom audience from this pixel. So a custom audience is people who have already engaged in our business. So someone who's already visited our website or a specific URL, or, so that's what a custom audience is, people who have already engaged. Then you've got your lookalike, and you can create your lookalike audience from your custom audience. So a lookalike is, okay, now that I've created a custom audience of anyone in Australia who's been to this particular URL, and you can even exclude anyone who's made a purchase in the last 30 days, because you don't want to be targeting people who've already purchased that product in the last 30 days, say. Find people who look like that now in Australia. So your custom audience of people who've already engaged or who fit that criteria might be, 2,000 people, which is still quite small. So then you can say, now find people who look like those people in Australia or the US or New Zealand, and it might come back to 200,000 people. So you can also go down to say, I want them to be so similar, so with only a 1% difference or a 3%, which means the higher the percentage, the more different they are to your current audience. The smaller the percentage, the more like your custom audience they are. So I hope that makes sense so far. Does anyone have any questions with that? No, cool. And if we've got time, I'm happy to go and look at those lookalike audiences and custom audiences too, but there is a workshop on that if anyone wants to attend. So the Facebook Pixel Helper, I'd recommend that everyone install this on Chrome. So it basically helps you can use it for your own website to see if there is a pixel installed and what's being tracked. But the other thing you can do is you can have a look to see your competitors' websites and see who's got a pixel installed, what they're tracking. So let's do that together now so that you can install this pixel. So it's on Chrome. What you would do is you'd go to your Chrome extension. So go chrome.google.com/webstore extensions category. I'll put that in our chat so you can just click on it. There you go. It's in the chat box. So once you go to that.
Excuse me, Renee, can I just, I'm actually going to check out because I think this is way over my head right now. I'm not at this stage. What I need to do, I've made a note of going into those first Facebook business ones. I think I'll do that first and then get myself a bit more set up because I feel that I'm not going to understand any of this until I understand the rest of it.
Yeah, not a problem at all. If you do, don't forget we do have the business manager one. So workshops coming up. So that will be on the 23rd of March and the 30th of March in case you're interested in coming along to those.
Yeah. That'll
help you with the setup of the business side. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That makes more sense because I'm not doing any Facebook advertising or anything at this point in time. So I really don't think that, it's going to, I need to be far more active in what I'm doing before I start doing all this.
And also the website is going to be a challenge too. Yeah, definitely.
The
completely
website.
Understand. Not a problem. Well, thanks anyway. You have a good one.
Thank you so much. Okay. Bye now. Bye.
Yeah. So once we're in here, we'll search for Facebook Pixel Helper. There it is, Facebook Pixel Helper. Click on that one and install that one on your Chrome. There we go. See, it's already added for me. Once that's installed, you'll see it up here. So that's what it looks like. And it will say whether or not there's any pixels installed on a website. So we can see at the moment, the Chrome Web Store, no pixels found on chrome.google.com. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll go into a new tab, and I'm going to go into ABI Interiors. So remember the website that I said they do a really good job of their retargeting ads. So ABI Interiors, I'll check those guys out. And as you can see up here, there's the pixel helpers turned blue, and they've got pixels installed. So they're tracking any page views on here. Add to wish list, add to cart, any leads. So as you go into different pages, that can change. Let's go bathroom. Tapware, we'll see what's installed here. And here they've got 5 pixels. Okay, so now that I've been here, I will start seeing ads pop up in my Facebook. And I'll just show you how that kind of works together as well now, just so that I think sometimes once you see how it works with the retargeting side of things, then it can help you to understand how the pixel works. So we can see that there's 2 pixels found on abiinteriors.com.au there. If we come over to Facebook now, and let's go and have a look at ABI Interiors Facebook page. We can see if they are currently running any Facebook or Instagram ads. So if we go ABI Interiors Facebook page here, we know that they've got pixels installed, but I wonder how they're using those. I wonder what they're retargeting at the moment with their ads. And if you do this for your competitors or even people in your industry that might not be in a different region, it could help you with your marketing strategy or ad strategy. So if you come down to their page, on page transparency here, see all, it will tell us if this page is running any ads. This page is currently running ads down the bottom there. So we're going to go to their ads library to have a look at how many ads and what kind of ads they're running. So they've got 890 results. So that's an example of how many ads they're running. So they invest a lot of money in this, but it works. I can tell you, once you start getting into this kind of advertising, so generally I see a 300%. So basically, yeah, a 300% return on e-commerce. So in here we've got, let's have a look at one of these ads. So this ad started running on the 4th of March, the first one on the top left. The platforms it's running on is on Facebook and Instagram. There's multiple versions of this ad. So I would imagine that's a dynamic creative ad where it delivers different images and blurbs and headings and sees which ones perform the best. From there, they're introducing the stainless steel range, and what they're trying to get people to do is to click on Shop Now. So if I click on Shop Now, I can see where they're driving that traffic. It's across here. So stainless steel range. Interesting that they've got the brass head there though. So that's that. As we go down, we might even start to see, so there's a lot of Shop Nows. What else have we got? Sometimes you might see like you sign up to the e-newsletter and receive, 10% off. Here's a different one. This is about learn more. So the color psychology in the kitchen. So if we click on learn more, let's see, they might want our email address to receive that, or it could be a blog that they're sending us to. Yep, so they've sent us to a blog on their website. to learn more about the color psychology. That would be more like a traffic to website, so that once they send that traffic there, they can capture our information and retarget us for their shop now. So there's an example of how they're actually using the data from their website to target us through different ads. We'll receive some of these ads, but not all of them, depending on what we fit into with their retargeting. So any questions with that so far? Hopefully that means...
It's super cool that you can do that though.
Oh, look at the ads and that they're running.
Yeah. Well, I was just having a look at a couple of other sort of my competitors, and they don't, like, it's just really cool to be able to install that extension and have a look. Like, they're not running anything, but to know that it's there so you can check it out is pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. And once you start seeing, you know, in your timeline on your Facebook page, and let's say, wrong one, here, we start seeing, you know, the sponsored ads pop up. We go,
We've
okay.
actually just bought stuff from ABI Interior, so it's kind of ironic that you use that as an example.
They're incredible. You know, the bigger brands, they all invest in Facebook and Instagram advertising like this. Like and you'll see that they run a lot of ads, like 890 ads. Can you imagine the investment with that?
What are we kind of talking? I've not really delved into ads. So what, in terms of that investment, what would that look like? Is that very thousands and thousands? But
well, it can range. And so the more you spend, it's really important. There's like a few things that can impact the success of an ad. So you can spend all the money in the world, but if you're creative and your message is wrong, or you're targeting the wrong audience, you're wasting your money. So yeah. But I do have workshops on that as well. So I'd recommend attending those, because it's like such a big thing to explain that we'll miss out on doing the pixel stuff. But yeah, definitely attend. After Easter, I'm just going to have a whole new library of workshops come up, and that will include things like we'll go really, you know, in depth into ads as well. Okay, cool. So with that, I probably should get back on track myself. So that's the Facebook Pixel Helper, and I'd recommend installing that. So the consumer journey does involve lots of different interactions. So things like they'll interact with your Instagram, the home computer, e-commerce app, the video ad, the Facebook, and then, you know, all of these things help people end up at the actual decision phase, the conversion stage. And anyone who wants to learn more about the funnel and how to push people into the awareness, consideration, decision to the purchase through ads, we have a workshop for that as well. So this is what I have to be very careful with going in the back end of mine, just because of the data, client data. So this is what the pixel looks like once you go to your events manager. And so we can have a look at someone's platform today if you would like to. So just got a chat in the chat box. Oh, so I'll put the link actually in the chat box so you can find the workshops as well. I'll do that right now, just so that you've got link for that. Yeah, so can you guys see the ASBAS platform now? Or are you
any links in the chat?
No, it's about to come through now. Okay. Might be a tip. There we go. There we go. That's where you can get the workshops anyway. Yeah, so this is what it looks like when you're looking at the data. So the graph at the top shows us 28 days worth of data. When we're creating an audience group, we can actually go back to 180 days history of data when we're trying to create an audience. So we can say anyone who's been on my website in the last 180 days. Or we can go back to 30 days. So up to maximum though of 180 days, we can collect that data. This graph though only shows us only 30 days or 28 days history. As you can see down below, you've got, so that there's all website activity up the top. So we can see here in the last 28 days, there's been 482,000 visitors to this website. We're tracking browser and server data, because you can see the connection method down the bottom where it says page view, view content, add to cart, initiate checkout, purchase. So it's being measured from browser and the server. So we know that the conversion API has been set up for that because it says both browser and server. If it just says browser, it means that only the pixel has been done. So if they've had 1.9 thousand purchases in the last 28 days, we can actually target those people. Or what we can do is the initiate checkout. There's been 3.6 thousand people who've initiated the checkout in the last 28 days. So what has happened that they haven't actually gone through with the purchase? So we might want to create an ad, retarget them about, this is for a subscription. So we might retarget them and say 3 months, receive 10% off a subscription for a 3-month subscription, as an example, to help them move through that to that buyer stage. So we'll go in and have a look in the back end of someone's platforms. Who would like to volunteer that?
I would love to say yes, but I don't think mine is suitable. I've got a, are you talking in WordPress?
Or just in your back end of your events manager platform?
Well, I haven't, I've just checked all that out and it appears that I don't actually have it set up.
Yeah. Was your domain authenticated?
No, because I've changed all my hosting and all that kind of stuff as well. And I don't have access to it today because it's through a wholesale account with another designer. So she manages all my websites for me. So it's probably something I needed to do. I'll need to get her to do for me.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, if you wanted to, we could still have a little look and I can show you where to go for the steps that you need to take when it's time. Would you like to do that?
Yeah, why not?
All right, cool. So I'm just going to...
I don't know if we can share in webinar, can we?
You can. I've just promoted you to a panelist now.
Okay. Cool.
And I'll make sure that you can do that. All right. So when you're ready, just share your screen. Yeah, it's a very brief overview just because an hour is really not a lot of time to go into the whole setup, but it's good to know, you know, where to go to do this. So we're in your business manager account. Great. And so let's just click on your brand safety on the left-hand side. Yeah, and domains. And we know that that's there, not verified. So what I would recommend is when it's time to do it, click on the verify your domain, select one option, the drop down there, up the top a little bit. So see, the third option, the DNS. Yeah, so I would do that one. Yeah, so now let's go to data sources on the left-hand side and pixels. And so you've got two.
I don't know why I've got two.
Yeah, sometimes people accidentally create two. So what's, if you click on the second one, is that dot gray?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So click on the top one and you can rename these pixels. So even if you wanted to rename the second one, you know, something else, just so that you're not getting confused between the two. And at the top right, first of all, we'll add you to this pixel. So under people, add you.
Oh, sorry. Can you say that again? Under people?
Yeah. Yep. Go add people.
Add people. Yeah.
And then add yourself to that one. Manage pixel. The bottom one. Yeah. And assign that. Done. And then connected assets. Click on that one. And then we're going to, great, the ad accounts there. So then go up to the top right, open an events manager. So we know it's installed, we know it's tracking some kind of activity. Okay, so yeah, from here over the last 28 days, we might rename the second one down. And, you know, just, you can call it whatever you like for now. You could just not in use maybe, because you might still use it down the track for something else, but cool. And then we go mine. Yep, that's great. So in here we can see that over the last 28 days, that's your website activity. Our job now, once the pixel's installed and your conversion API is set up, and you're prioritizing your events, so we go through that process, we want to try and drive as much traffic to our website as possible so that we can capture data to retarget. So that would be the first step. But so you're tracking page views and leads. Do you have any e-commerce on your website at all?
No, and my website is under construction at the moment. So I've just got a landing page because I've rebranded everything. So
yeah, no worries.
Still designing it and writing it in the back end.
Yeah. And so that would make sense then, that's as far as it is set up. But then if we go to your, let's click on diagnostics, because we can see that there's something there that needs attention. So there's a new domain. So yep, sending data. That's okay. Oh, what's that? Okay,
so when I first built my other website, I built it on a staging site with Stack Site.
Sure.
And I've recently discovered that that staging site is still active after me asking them to take it down. So somebody pointed out that this is live to me like last week, and I've been trying to get them to take it down. But
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't we now click on the Learn How to Fix This issue, and we can manage our traffic permissions. So we can say, no, we don't want this tracking data. So manage traffic permissions and scroll to the very bottom here and create allow list under traffic permissions. And so you can either add it to the allow list or not. But what do? Maybe it's not a bad thing because it's still people who are finding your site for now, but you want to make sure that when you do actually verify your proper domain, that you add it to the allow list in here, just so you know. Okay.
Yeah. So how can I make this not do that?
It's actually, sorry about that. Yeah, what was that?
Oh, because it's actually like Mind Your Words doesn't really exist anymore because I've changed my whole business and my service offerings and stuff like that. And so on one hand, it might be good that people are finding me through there, but on the other, I don't really want to.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It might not be the right audience. So click on the add to allow list. Okay. And just go confirm at the top. I know this is adding it, but it's not giving us the option to not allow it. Okay. Then just click on, see, add to block list at the top there. Just want to, that's currently allowed. Go back to the add to allow list, sorry, and then go remove to the right. And then, why is that happening? Might have to have a look at that one closer for you. So it's not allowing us to add it to the block list either, is it? I think I might have to have a look at that one separately, or you might have to look into that one separately to see how you can
that's okay.
Because I don't know why it's not going to the block list there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
so
right.
just close that one. But see down here, once you've got your website ready to go, choose a partner under the partner integration, and that's where you'll do your conversions API.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's like you can set it up, but you need to be able to test your events, and that can get a little bit tricky. I will actually do a workshop for that. I haven't developed one yet, but you'll still be able to, especially because it's WordPress as well. So once you've done authenticate your domain first, and then you're going to make sure that your pixel's installed on your website, which we know it is, and then this is the next step. Choose a partner, follow that bouncing ball for the WordPress site there. And then once that's done, if we go back to overview and click on the aggregated event management, see how it's all browser at the moment as well? Yeah. And click on the configure web events. So in here, this is where once your domain is authenticated or verified with Facebook, it will show up here.
Okay.
And so click on the configure events drop down. So see there's a drop down on that domain.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it was hidden by your
All right. Yeah, they're annoying, aren't they? And so what will happen here is once your domain's verified, it will ask you to manage your events. So you'll have the option to select the pixel that you're going to be taking the events from. Will be this one. And then you'll go priority 1 might be to actually get an inquiry form completed. Priority 2 might be view content. So you might only have 2 or 3 that you set up, but then Facebook knows what is your highest priority down to your lowest priority when it comes to your Facebook or Instagram ads. And then once that's done, you'll see so go back to your events manager. If you click back on the events manager tab there. Yeah. Under your pixel/conversion API tab to the left. Yep. You'll see browser.server. Yeah. And that's what we really want because we're going to be able to capture more data with the server.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can get a bit tricky because, but you know, seeing that you're working with websites, you should be fine. And if you're a business that doesn't work with websites, or you're not a coder or you're not confident with that, you can actually just send those instructions through to your web developer. So when you go through that process, when you're installing a pixel, then you can it'll give you the option, send the instructions to my developer as you go through those steps. Then you can email it to them. I always email myself as well so that I get a copy of that in case they delete it, thinking that it's just spam from Facebook. Yeah, so I think we've got, who else is in the room? Is there anyone else who wants me to have a look at the back end for them, Kathleen or Meredith at all?
You can try having a look at mine. I have now gotten to the client area for my domain. I don't know if that helps to be able to look at the domain authentication.
Yeah. So who are you with?
I use someone local to me called Simple Web Hosting.
So do they have like a cPanel area or?
I believe so. I've got it up on my screen. Yeah, I'm hoping that's what
I'll
we're looking for.
Is I'll just allow you, it may, there you go, I'll allow you to share.
Share screen. I'm hoping my internet is going to be running quick enough. We'll see how we go.
Yeah. Okay, so here there should be a domain section. Now they're all quite different. So what about I
wasn't sure if it was this managed DNS SEC records.
Let's have a look. Usually it's manage domains, but I'm going to scroll down here. So as far down as you can go.
I couldn't. Oh,
no.
Yes, that is.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Do you mind if oh no. So can you click on the domain options? Yeah, you might need to. I'm not sure where they put theirs in here. So
that's right. And my best just to email them and ask them.
Yeah. So what you would do is if you just go into your business settings, I'll show you there where you then go to your brand safety and then domains, and then select the drop down, third option, and click on the bold text there. Yep. and then paste that into an email, but then also screenshot that whole page and send that screenshot plus the pasted code to your developer or your host,
okay.
and they'll follow those instructions, and it literally takes seconds to do.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And then once they've said that's done, ask them to let you know once it's done. Come back in here, make sure you select the third option and then click verify domain.
Okay.
If you don't go and select the third option, it won't work, because you'll be trying to verify it from the first or second
a different
option.
way. Yeah. Okay.
And then once it works, it should say verified, and then you can follow the other couple of steps.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And Meredith, did you have any questions at all, or did you want me to have a quick look at yours?
Oh no, I'm good, thanks.
All good? No worries. Okay. So have you got your events prioritized, Meredith?
Events prioritized. Yeah, I looked at this the other day.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they're prioritized. I've got all the events there, like add to cart, view category and all that. I don't know where I look to see where they're prioritized.
Do you want me to have a look for you right now?
I do, but is this going to be on YouTube at all? Or?
I'm not quite sure if they put this one on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, I can just, if you prefer, I could just tell you where to go.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. So you go into your, let's just have a look at this. There's actually, I mean, not that there's any data in there that people can see, but you go into your aggregated event management. So once you're in your pixel.
So in Events Manager, I'm just trying to get to that screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure you select the pixel that you're working on.
Okay, yep, I go to Aggregated Events.
Event management.
Yep.
Aggregated, and then in there there'll be a blue button that says
Configure web event.
That's it.
Okay.
And then in there you'll see the domain.
Oh, yeah.
Click the drop down, and then you'll make sure that you select the pixel that you're working from on the left-hand side, and then say purchase. So that could be the top priority.
I've got in there highest priority is sale and lowest priority is view content.
Yeah.
Is that okay, or should there be like a hierarchy of like all the other ones, like add to cart and stuff?
So is that all you've got? Is just the two?
Yeah, I've only got it says 2 of 8 in there.
Yeah. So I would definitely set up, you know, things like your abandoned cart, initiate checkout, you know, view content, page view, like there's all different ones. So yeah, just have a think about what's going to be important for your ads. Like I would definitely say initiating checkout would be an important one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then what you can start doing is when you're running your ads, you can say, I'm optimizing this ad. So I want to do a traffic to website ad, even optimizing for purchases or conversions or whatever, conversions ad.
Yep.
Or there's so many. You can create audience groups. So you can say create an audience of the people who've been on my website in the last 180 days and added items to cart, but exclude anyone who's made the purchase.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's like I said, a very, very, very kind of, you know, brief overview of the Facebook Pixel and Conversion API. Does anybody have any more questions with regards to that at all? No, all good?
No.
All right.
That's been great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Problem. No worries at all. I wish you all the best of luck, and hopefully I'll put the link in there for the workshops that are coming up.
It's not coming up in the chat for some reason.
Isn't it?
There's nothing.
Yeah,
No,
I can't see anything either.
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe because I've done it to all panelists. Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. Sorry, guys, that was my fault. There we go.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. So I'll be doing a heap of new workshops as well after Easter. So I'll make sure that they're published this month. So it'll be my library of stuff coming up again. So there's a few that aren't showing because we're coming towards the end of the term. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
That's awesome. I'm sure you'll see me again.
Yeah, good. I hope so. Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thanks a lot.
so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.